I believe we should legalize marijuana. We should legalize marijuana because it has no side effects, unlike drinking or smoking. It would allow the increased ability to get hemp, which would help our economy because of the new material and decrease the cost of making certain products. It would allow for government control and regulation, which would decrease the amount of kids getting into it or influenced by marijuana. And it would allow for people to obtain and get alternative medications, which have less side effects and more benefits to using it as opposed to getting over-the-counter prescribed medications for illnesses and pain. Weed has no side effects, unlike drinking or smoking. Besides the current urge for the munchies, so you just have a side of potato chips by you, and you'll be all right. Or if you want, you might take a nap because it makes you sleepy, depending on what kind of your price, what type of what strand you're smoking, or how much you smoked, or the quality of the plant that you got it from. Unlike marijuana, smoking cigarettes would cause cancer, addiction. You can't get, you always have the urge for it, and it's just really hard to quit. Marijuana, you can quit tomorrow, and you don't have to have it anymore. You just might want it, but your body's not urging you or saying you need it. Unlike if you're on cigarettes, you have to have patches, or you have to try the gum or whatever you think is going to work best for you, and it's really hard to stop, and it's really expensive. Drinking causes death from kidney failure, can cause addiction. I mean, want to go to AA meeting every day, once a week? I don't think I want to go to one. It can lead to DUI if you're drinking and driving, which can lead to loss of license, greatly increase insurance costs. Now you won't be able to get to work because you have a license, or you can barely afford to pay your insurance and gas, so you might lose your house or your apartment. Now someone has to drive you around everywhere to work, or do whatever you need to do through your daily life, and you'd be a burden to your loved ones. If you're drinking and driving, you won't notice what you're doing when you're driving. You might hit somebody, you might kill yourself. You might kill yourself and somebody else, and then it's just going to affect everybody, your friends, your family, your possibly deterioration of health, your finances. Weed's a little bit, cost equivalent probably to a pack of cigarettes, but you can quit tomorrow. I mean, cigarettes will take you might not be able to quit. Some people, they try to quit and they just continue smoking because it's just so hard. Weed can be used as an alternative towards medication instead of taking over-the-counter medications or painkiller, which can become addictive. You can use marijuana pills that are like little tablets like this, small size, like a normal pill, but it doesn't have any addictive properties. Like a lot of people that start taking pills like Norcos and stuff, they become addicted to it because it gives them like a high feeling. And I'm not sure exactly the details of it, but it becomes an addictive property. So now you want it beyond the point of use. It can have many side effects, which can be worse than what you're taking the medication to stop the pain for, depending on how much you take in the milligrams and such as that. Funding of marijuana for medication and healing purposes can be granted if we legalize marijuana, which can cause and give the ability to possibly find a cure for cancer or an alternative using chemo. And that's something that we've been trying to find for years. But if we government fund this, then we could increase the chances of doing that in more of a natural way. The legalization of marijuana could give us the ability to get hemp, which was make several products such as fuel and livestock feed, as well as biodegradable bags from plastic that can break down, and it can be recycled 7 times. So this would benefit our environment as well as our economy, because now we can get the product more and bring down the cost of the product, which helps us sell more of the products. And hemp is used to make many types of products, not just these are listed, but these are the main ones. The legalization of marijuana would make it easier for the government to control and regulate it, so it would decrease the chances of younger adults and teens getting into it And a lot of times when you're younger, kids in high school get into more serious drugs because they're introduced to marijuana and they want to try and different things because everyone tells them, well, you should try this now. You should try this one because if you think like this, you might like something else, or they just want to be cool about it and follow the trends. So maybe we put a age restriction on it if we legalize it, like how we have with cigarettes. I mean, we have cigarettes legalized. Why not marijuana? I mean, we just put an age restriction on it, or kind of say we have to use this age to get it, or you have to have a legitimate purpose for it. Because if we we can tax it. I mean, there's just so many benefits to it, and it has little side effects, unlike someone that's smoking cigarettes with the long term effects I mentioned earlier. So it had many effects, many advantages on our economy and the overall being of our people. I believe we should legalize marijuana because there's little to no side effects whatsoever besides, the occasional urge for the munchies. Spread the bag of chips next to you. It would have a positive effect on our economy. It would allow people to get or increase the ability for them to get with easier chances of obtaining the alternative painkillers or medication. And it would allow government control over the product, so it wouldn't fall in the hands of young kids, which can become addicted to it, or not addicted to it, but want it more, and possibly lead them down the trails of more serious drugs. Well, I wouldn't really say weed's a drug, but most people do, so we'll just go with that for now. So that way, less kids would be overdosing every year, and hopefully, be less kids are being introduced to it because they say weed is a gateway drug because it's so easy for them to attain it and it's low cost, and it seems appealing because of it doesn't really have any side effects, and everyone's like, oh, try this. So for these reasons, I believe that we should legalize marijuana because of its effects on the economy and its positive ability to possibly be an alternative to medications. So it's not a non-addictive medication instead of using pills. And I hope you view my opinions and thoughts on this. And thank you for listening.